When friendship turns very sour, it's very difficult, isn't it? Particularly when you are somebody who's lacking, should we say, in very sustainable friends, and particularly those that you've cultivated and picked over the years to try and, of course, cultivate yourself into a higher echelons. If you remember when Meghan Markle claimed she knew nothing about the British monarchy, I always laughed literally because there she was friends with, allegedly, the daughter of the Duke of York. And apparently when she saw the Duke of York, asked Harry, who is that person? Is he some kind of assistant or flunky? You know, really, how thick do you have to be? Of course, this woman had literally detailed every single person, making sure she manipulated her way in. I mean, how would you not know a friend of yours, your father, yes, was the son of the Queen of England? How would you not know that? Would you not have that conversation if you were that good friends? Well, things have taken a tumble for the worse, you see, because the bottom line is the York sisters are very much committed to themselves. You know, they're a good unity family. And I have to say that they're very well brought up, very polite, a lot of good fun actually when you chat with them. A little bit like their mum, who's had a lot of railroad derails and stuff like that. Things she openly admits to, stupidity that she's done, but it's her life and her mistakes, as she said. And that's part of the problem for the Duchess of York, affectionately known as Fergie to many people. But what's interesting here, and I think this is particularly fascinating, is, you see, Meghan's been desperately trying to clutch hold of this friendship because they've distanced themselves. Now, part of this apparently was to do with the fact that when that, do you remember the Netflix thing that came out recently about, you know, the Sam McAllister, Emily Maitlis, all that sort of thing, detailing what went on behind the scenes of that now infamous interview with the Duke of York and Newsnight. Well, you see, obviously, you know, Princess Beatrice and Eugenie both allegedly encouraged their father to get involved originally. Then, of course, things took a back seat, and then they thought could get a narrative going by assisting at certain points in this particular production. You understand how this works. But apparently, you know, they were very dismayed that even though they've been very supportive of the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, if you remember, for you know, literally being very supportive of her 40 times 40 thing for that birthday project, which never went anywhere. Apparently they didn't receive very much public support for them when they were going through a crisis. And so, sadly, that particular friendship has now gone to virtually zero. So you can understand why Meghan decided to push forward her chum, Misha Nanu, right? And what was interesting was she literally, on the birthday of Princess Beatrice, on a social media post, basically sent a few, you know, emojis, as the kids call them, those little toy things that you put at the end, you know, the sort of things I'm talking about. And this apparently was supposedly going to break the ice and reopen the friendship so that they could become chums again. I have it from very good authority that that's not going to be happening. And more importantly, if you remember, the Duchess of York herself openly said, well, I don't really know Meghan. You know, I've only met her a couple of times. Meghan's version is that she taught her to curtsy and they were the best of chums. Someone's lying, but I think this says it all. And according to that source, Meghan can whistle in terms of friendship moving forward. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.